This is the second video explaining how to search the Sheffield City Archives online catalogue. In this particular session we'll be looking at the more advanced searching techniques. So to get to the catalogue, simply Google Sheffield Archives catalogue. Click on the link and you'll get to the catalogue homepage. And we're going to be looking at this button here, the catalogue search. So if you click on that, you'll find a number of different options for searching. So the first one is the title field. So if we search for a term in this field, for example Darnall, and click enter, this is showing us there are over 400 collections or catalogue descriptions which have the word Darnall in the title. So for instance, if we click anywhere on this hit list, we'll find more information. So here are some surveys and rentals relating to Thomas and Samuel Staniforth's property at Darnall, and it has the word Darnall in the title. It's worth bearing in mind with this searching that if the word Darnall is only recorded within the description field or in another field, not in the title, it would not be revealed by searching the title field alone. To go back to advanced searching, you can just click back on advanced here, and we'll search in the description field to see if we get any different results. This time there are 336 items which have the word Darnall within the description. And you can see with this example of the Manor Memories Oral History Project, Darnall is mentioned a few times in the description field. Obviously Darnall is not mentioned within the title because the title relates to Manor Memories. So if you were to search on the title field only for the word Darnall, this collection would not be in the hit list. And the next option is any text. So again, we can search here and find 756 items which include reference to the word Darnall. So these would include title and description, and indeed any other field which has the search term within it. So hence you get more results by searching for any text. If you know the reference number of the item you're interested in, you can search for it direct in the ref number field. So for instance, if we search for X185/1/1, we go direct to this particular admission register, and if you click on the result, again there'll be more information with the reference number here, then the title and description and dates, etc. And from here you can click on the links above. So if you click on X185, you can see more information about the whole collection. And then by clicking on the ref number, you'll see a list beginning to open up of the collection. And then by clicking on the plus symbols, you'll be finding each individual item. And you can click again on the item and find more information. So if we just go back to advanced search, another way of finding a complete collection is just to search for the collection reference. So we know in this example that X185 is the collection. So if we just delete the series and item numbers and search X185 with an asterisk, and then open the screen up on this down arrow here at the bottom, it's now displaying all 22 items which are part of collection 185. And if you click on the ref number bar at the top, they will now appear in reference number order, which will be the most logical way to read the catalogue, beginning by the collection level and then down to series and then individual items within each series. Just going back to the advanced search options. Occasionally we have alternative reference numbers for some of the items. It's unlikely you would need this, but for instance, if you have a reference number and you search under refno and nothing returns, you can try searching under alternative reference number to see if it appears on the search. You can also search by level, and there is a drop-down menu here. So if you can search by collection, item, piece or section, etc. So we could select collection and search for a term such as perhaps cholera. This will now look for any reference to the word cholera in a collection level description. So this would be a high level description. And collections, remember, can cover thousands of items. And this now tells us there are 8 collections with the word cholera within them. And again, going back to advanced search, the final field to look at is the date field. So you can use this to find documents from particular dates or centuries or decades. So if you only wanted information from the 20th century, you can type in 20th cent in this field, and then a word you're interested in any text. Click search, and this will be showing us any reference at all with the word Darnall in it for any documents that are from the 20th century. This is quite a good way of narrowing down searches. If when you do a first search you're getting too many hits, you can narrow it down by date. And by clicking on the date bar at the top, you can put your search results into almost date order. It doesn't always work, but it gives you a broad date order listing. You can also use the date field to search for anything from a particular date. So for instance 1860. Again, look for Darnall, any documents from the period 1860. And you can see there are 42 items. So this will include anything with a date span that covers the year, or includes rather, the year 1860. It's worth bearing in mind when you use the advanced search boxes, these will search for exactly the phrase you put into the box. So for instance, if you search for Darnall School, it will search exactly for that phrase. So it would not find, for example, Darnall Grammar School, Darnall Church of England School, or Darnall Free School. If you want to search for a phrase, you need to search in the general search box at the top right hand side, and you need to go back to the home page and then put in your search term here. And this will find any item with the words Darnall and school within it, which would include Darnall Free School, Darnall Grammar School, for example. So those are a few hints and tips on how to search the catalogue. It's important to bear in mind that only about 50% of the archives are catalogued, so if you can't find what you're looking for, please get in touch with us via email, archives@sheffield.gov.uk, for further advice and guidance.